I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello, friends. My name is Daniel.
And I'm Niall Spain. And we're your fuck buddies.
We're a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations. Hello.
Hi.
Niall had a bad day.
Been a bad day.
It's like that song. I had a bad day.
My phone hates me.
I would argue that your girlfriend hates you.
That's maybe true. You do someone a favor of letting them use your alarm clocks on your phone, and they fucking silence your alarm clocks, and then you're late to work.
Yeah.
God damn it. Question time.
I read a thing today, and it was like, 4,000-year-old skeletons show signs of heart disease. And I was like, yeah. I imagine that, anything that lived 4,000 years ago was probably riddled with all kinds of diseases. Like, every disease. Mm-hmm. Except maybe, diabetes, because they probably weren't.
You don't know.
I mean, unless they were, on a fruit-heavy diet.
Maybe they just found, a cane sugar fucking field, and they're just like...
But I was just like, yeah, man, this isn't shocking news. I mean, I didn't read the article, so maybe it is shocking news for people who know anything about biology. But
oh, wait. No, it's completely shocking.
Why?
Have you not been around? Have you ever been in Halloween ever? Skeletons don't have hearts, bro.
Oh, shit.
So how the fuck can they have heart disease?
That's true.
Do they have secret hearts we didn't know about? Is that why we can never kill them?
Yeah.
Fuck. Is that why they...
Man, I should have read that article.
Can they feel this whole time? They could love?
Can they love?
Fuck, man. The skeleton was like... They said they loved me once, and I laughed in her face. I said, you can't.
You can't. You don't have a heart.
I feel so bad now.
And then you just fucking clipped her head off with a bat.
Yeah.
Being like, well, I can't kill you.
Yeah, she didn't die either. Probably because I missed the heart in both senses. Fuck, man. That's awful. Spooky.
You might Welcome to Spooktober. It's your boys, Niall and Dane.
Do we have any spooky questions?
I figured next week is our spooky.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have them for this week.
Uh-huh.
Happy vote day, by the way, guys. Go fucking vote.
Oh, yeah.
The outcomes can be very spooky indeed.
I was gonna do that at the end, but if you're a Canadian citizen, if you're one of our Canadian listeners, if you haven't voted yet,
please do
it.
And also, don't vote for assholes.
And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I think democracy works its ways, but don't vote conservative. For God's sakes, please don't fucking vote conservative.
Just take a minute and look at the people and be like, are they assholes? Are they gonna fuck everything for their own gain and just help the super rich? And then maybe just be like, wait, are they gonna be really prejudicial against a lot of people who are vulnerable?
Yeah.
Are they gonna fuck over education? Are they gonna fuck people who have certain sexual orientations? Are they super racist? And then maybe don't vote for those people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying who those people are, but
Also, I've
lost.
adopted a way.
Actually, we probably haven't lost a single listener.
I assume we probably haven't. I've adopted a thing when I vote. I like to imagine it's a good thing to do is pretend that your wife or your partner, whoever, is an immigrant and that your kid is adopted and and that they're LGBT plus. You know what I mean? Imagine that the people that are in your family are the groups that don't necessarily quote unquote mean anything to you or you don't have any quote unquote attachment to. You know what I mean? Imagine your grandparents are indigenous. Vote with that in mind. And if you're voting for someone who's going to
family.
I know, right?
Or just put yourselves in various people's shoes.
Yeah.
Including, the millionaires. And be like, how would I feel if I was a millionaire? I was super rich and all of a sudden I had to pay a lot more money. And then you'd be like, wait, I still have so much money. It doesn't fucking matter.
I got into a huge argument at work.
More money's coming in, and it still can't spend it all. But, no, you're right. We should tax the people who can barely afford to fucking eat.
Yeah, I got into this argument with a guy at work, and he was like, "Oh, it's fucking bullshit. They worked hard enough to earn their money." I was like, I would wager that probably
the majority probably did not work at all.
Yeah, I was like, most of them probably got born into some sort of financial dynasty.
And also, does it matter if you worked hard?
Are you telling me that the mother of, the single mother who lost her husband in a car accident or some bullshit, who is now working like 3 jobs and also is trying to pay off her student debts, which she had to drop out of.
To be fair, she had to put no work in for that car accident. Unless she was driving the other car. Sorry.
And I was like, are you telling me that they're working less hard than a millionaire CEO of a company?
Yeah.
And if you think that, that's fine. You're wrong. But I was like, you can't justifiably say that there aren't people out there who are in the poverty lines and who are in desperate need of financial assistance and
also, like,
government assistance.
Just because you worked really hard doesn't mean you just get like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you measure?
It doesn't remove you from society. Like,
Exactly.
you're now not above society.
No, you're literally the person most able to pay.
Yeah.
But the one least likely to.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Anyway.
This
Just
is
vote
our
well.
Political podcast.
Just don't, like, just try and not be a dick.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, I don't know how much I believe in the whole strategic voting thing because, like, you know, technically it works, but in another sense, it's like it doesn't really have much. You don't have the information really. So, like, just vote for who you want to vote for. Well,
let's do a question.
Are you going to start us off? We're going to do
I
our
can start
user
us off.
question.
Yeah, it's our boy, Agent Cody Wanks. He
We need to get him, like,
writes-
theme music.
I know, right? And
We're sued.
yeah, Sylvester Stallone is now suing us. Remixing it doesn't make it better.
Is it though? It's quite different. You can't tell.
This is like if Rocky was done by Christopher Nolan. Okay, stop it. Hi guys, it's been a while, but I'm here with another dilemma. I've been having trouble
Hi.
getting my head around this one, and
Say
thought my
hi,
old
Dane.
friends Niall and Dane could help out. Hello, Agent Cody Wanks. I was dating a girl for about 2 months. I wasn't really dating anyone else, so I used to see her quite regularly. Fast forward to this weekend, and I said I didn't want to date her anymore. I wasn't really feeling it, so I drove over to hers, about a 1.5 hour drive in rush hour traffic, to tell her in person. I said that I wasn't really ready for anything super serious and I needed a break from dating, and I thought I should end things before they did. I just wanted to be super clear and honest. She was upset, but she said she understood, and that was that. I drove home and started to get the whole loads of texts from her saying all sorts of stuff. She's saying that she wants to work things out with me, even if it means waiting for me to be ready for a relationship. I've told her I think that's unfair on her to wait around, and also puts pressure on me. She's saying she's old enough, we're both 25, to make up her own mind on what she wants to do, which is true, but I repeatedly kept saying I can't promise anything, and I don't want to do anything that will hurt her. She's told me we can stay friends, with the intention of maybe getting back together in the future. Am I doing the right thing? I keep telling her we can be friends, but I feel this is going to hurt her, which I've made clear, despite her insisting. I'm worried I'm being a dick. Help. And then he says some nice things about the podcast.
Hey. Firstly, good on you for driving to her despite the long distance and doing it in person. I know a person who wanted to break up with her boyfriend and made him drive from Belfast, which is in an entirely different, well, it's in Northern Ireland, all the way down to Dublin to dump him when he got to her house. That's like, I don't know, like 2 hours
Yeah, it's
with good traffic. That's just shit.
a boss move right there.
No, it's a fucking asshole
and
move.
by boss, I mean terrible.
Yeah, no, it was really bad. So don't do that. And also, this is a tricky situation. And I've definitely been there. And it's always awkward when you're trying to do something that you feel is right, and they're telling you something, and they're like, I can make my own decisions. Like, you're making decisions for me. I'm totally fine with this. But you know deep down that they're not.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
he also sent us a few like screenshots of what was being said, just so we had a vibe of what was going on.
Better context, which is great, because usually the questions are very
That's the thing.
contextless.
And that's the thing. It's like it's always through the filter of the
It's always a
question
lot of
asker.
guesswork as well.
So it was good to be like, oh, okay, no, Agent Cody Wanks. I'll start off right off the bat. I will say,
you can answer. You're not an asshole.
yeah, you're not being an asshole. We read the text and you handled it very maturely and very empathetically, which I think is a big thing to do when you're breaking up with someone. It's also very easy to promise, be like, of course we'll be friends, of course, of course, and then not follow through with it, and that sort of like it cheapens the honesty of the breakup. You know what I mean? You went through all the effort to do this very genuinely and very emotionally and honestly, and you gave her the respect a breakup deserves.
Yeah.
To then sort of like promise her that yeah, like maybe we'll get together later, when you don't know,
Yeah.
is unfair, and it completely counteracts what you just did.
Yeah, but also like you're kind of being put in that position because it's almost like I don't know if this is a little harsh, but it's almost like emotional blackmail where you're like, you're making a decision for me. I'm old enough to make this decision. When like it's not necessarily a decision for them. It's also kind of your decision too, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like you're saying I don't want to hurt you, and they're like I won't be hurt. Like, but I don't know. It's weird. Like I've been in this situation in a lot of times, and I will say once it worked out. Once they were like, I promise you, I'm not feeling this way. I won't be upset if this happens or this happens. Let's, keep it casual. I'm not going to get hurt. And it actually worked out great.
Yeah.
And the other 9 out of those 10 times, it was awful. And I completely nailed it. And they convinced me that I was putting myself in their shoes and thinking about things the wrong way. And I agreed with them. And then it all went to shit. And I'm left at the end of it being like, I told you this would happen. I tried to do the right thing. And then they're like twice as annoyed.
Yeah.
So like, the thing, my recommendation would be if you do want to see them in this casual capacity or be their friend, which I do think is really hard to just flick that switch.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just be like, whoop, we're friends. Wow, that was quick. I do think if you are honest about wanting to be friends, one, it can't be with that, like, get back in the future caveat.
Absolutely.
And two, you kind of need to take a little break from each other at the very least, if not a sizable break, And honestly, you're probably going to find you don't need or want them as friends. Like, once you hit a certain age, it's hard to have any friends, any number of friends, you know what I mean? Like, people have their close friends, and, like, adding people to that is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
We only have a certain amount of time, right? So, you'll know yourself, but I think you got to have a break, and you got to be honest about it and, like, really, really want to be friends. Or, if, what it kind of seems to me, like she says she's okay with being casual and she won't get hurt and she's not expecting more and she's fine while you're waiting to figure your shit out. If you still like seeing this person, you still like them, and you want to have a conversation, make it very, very clear. If you want to continue doing that, like, sometimes you can just trust them at their word.
Yeah.
And if things fall apart, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
But
And
if they
it
don't,
doesn't make it any easier to be like, oh, I've hurt you. Especially, it seems like Cody Wanks is a really good guy.
Yeah.
So, like, I know that'll still suck for you, but you can also fall back on the, hey, we've had this conversation multiple times, and I did my due diligence to avoid this.
Yeah.
And you told me, it's a tricky situation, especially with sort of like, agency. Because
that's the thing is like I feel like in those situations, any of the times I have called it quits, I've always felt like a dick because they're like, you're making decisions for me, like like I can make my own decision, I'm old enough, like blah 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 blah, and it's like you're putting yourselves in their shoes and making their decisions for them, but then 9 of those 10 times when they just turn around and are like, fuck you, why'd you do this? And I'm like, you literally said this wouldn't happen, that you'd be cool, but then again,
I think it's
that
kind of
10th
a
time
bullshit.
was so good that
It's a bullshit turn where someone's like, oh, you're making the decision for me, but like a relationship's a two-way street.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you don't feel comfortable doing it and you say, hey, I'm not comfortable doing it because I think it could wind up with you getting hurt,
yeah,
that's not you making a decision for them. That's you making a judgment call for yourself.
yeah,
Not wanting to put yourself in the position to hurt someone.
Yeah.
And they can say whatever they want. They can say, hey, I'm not going to get hurt. Hey, I'm going to be fine with this. And that's fine. That's their call. They're allowed to then make the decision to be like, I'm actually still willing to
yeah,
proceed with this relationship in a different capacity.
yeah,
But you also get to make the decision of saying, I'm not comfortable with that.
yeah.
And regardless of what the reason is, regardless of how much you assure me that my reason is wrong,
Yeah, I get to make that choice.
I get to make the choice.
Ironically, I'm
And-
allowed to make my choice.
Yeah, exactly. And I can also, like, I could say that you're forcing my hand in this. So it's sort of like a weird double-edged sword here, where if you're making a choice, you both get to make the choices.
Yeah.
And if
Unless it's both yes, it's still a no.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like the only other way this ends is probably badly.
Yeah.
Most likely badly. And like you said, I've been in the same situation where it's like, yes, in the rare occurrence, this could work out great.
Yeah.
And you might have a friend for
rare.
life, but 9 times out of 10, because what happens when they start seeing someone else?
Or you start seeing
Or
someone
you
else.
start seeing someone else. You know what I mean? It's when those things, it might be fine now, but the second you add in the
Even then.
different variables of adult life and relationships, you're entering in like more fire into this sort of like simmering oil, this pot of oil that you've got on the back burner for no damn
Why
reason.
did you put fire and oil?
That's what I mean. You're just like putting
You said
sparks
more fire into the oil.
Yeah, because at any point in time it's going to explode.
But why was there already fire in the oil?
Well, there wasn't fire.
You said more.
I mean, there maybe there. Yeah, the flame of the flame of the element. It's heating the oil.
You said into the anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. When you start adding variables, that's when you start like throwing matches into the oil for no reason other than to make it explode.
And then your fried chicken tastes all like.
Yeah, then you've ruined it. You've ruined your fried
charcoal-y.
chicken. That is your life. What I'm saying is chicken is life. Life is fried chicken. The more you fry your chicken, the more life gets less chickeny.
Oil's a relationship, and fire is complications. You don't want too many.
Exactly. You want just the right amount of heat. To
And
fry
we
your
nailed
chicken.
that. We're solved that. No.
I think we could leave it.
So yeah, like I think like because there's so many different ways to go in this kind of situation, and it all depends on like how you really feel about the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like how much do you doubt what they're saying? Like, do you actually think it's possible they mean it and they are okay with kind of like either keeping things casual until you figure it out or being friends? How much do you actually like this person? Like, are you worried but would be totally relieved and cool to keep going if it was casual? Or do you honestly just want to get out of there and now you feel guilty because they're playing that kind of card?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different
if
variables.
it's best for you to cut ties, if that's really what you need, if you literally
Yeah.
need like a hard break from all of this, then you don't owe this person.
No.
Like
And being friends
whatever
is-
you've owed them, you've given them. You owe them a fair, honest reason as to why you're ending it.
Yeah.
You've done that.
You've
done
given
it
them a face to face.
You've done
You've
that
given them
very
a reason.
genuinely.
You've been
Yeah.
nice. Like you're great. You're doing better than most people out there. So
That's the thing. Like, I would say I would put you in the asshole category if you just sent a text and was just like, "Hey, not really interested anymore. Good, like, not going to see you anymore."
even then,
And it's like, yeah,
I wouldn't even go full asshole because
This thing.
that's better than most people get. Like most people get
Yeah.
a ghost, right?
Well, yeah,
if you,
this
if you
thing,
have the
if you
time
just
to
ghosted her,
again,
like-
not them saying that's an ideal way. I mean, just like it is a way, and it's probably better than ghosting. At least you're explaining shit, whatever. This is pretty much the best way. And if you honestly want to cut ties, don't let yourself be drawn in by this kind of like this niceness and the friend, but like with the aim of getting that's a trap. That's not
100%,
anything.
yeah.
That is not anything.
this is the thing.
You're
I
friends
think
or you're not.
You nailed it when you said if you're going to proceed in any facility or like any sort of fashion with this relationship, the caveat of maybe we'll get back together
No.
later cannot be there. That
No.
needs to be removed from existence. That needs to be put on a rocket and sent to the sun.
Yeah, you need
'Cause
to.
as long as that exists, this relationship is going to have fire thrown into that oil.
Yeah, you need like one of four outcomes, and it's either stop seeing each other, just be friends, continue in a casual capacity with no expectations, like, but very openly stated, or I guess date, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you still have an option.
fuck you. Dane's pointing at my injured finger that I cannot move. I'm also gesturing with my fingers, all the options.
That was a visual joke on our audio medium.
And like, if you want out, just be like, look, I'm sorry you feel that way, but like, honestly, I think this is what's best for both of us. And like, look, it's been really good, but
It doesn't even
you know,
be
all
best
the
for
best.
like you can.
no, just like this is just what I need.
Yeah,
just be like, this is what I need.
There's no harm. It's easy to like sound like an asshole to say, "Hey, I'm doing this for me."
Yeah,
But
no, I don't think so.
well, I mean, like in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
the idea of doing something for yourself often comes across as selfish.
Yeah,
And there are times where doing something for yourself is the best thing for you in terms
Yeah.
of like your mental health and happiness. Like there's nothing wrong if it's not coming at the detriment of anyone. And it's like, yes, I'm sure this person is a little hurt
yeah,
because of a breakup, but
you're
that-
never not going to be hurt. And like,
that's sort of the contract we sign when we start seeing
Yeah.
someone.
and like,
Is
if
we-
you say, yeah, we're going to be friends, and like, you know, not again, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be, you're probably not even going to see each other again after you decide to be friends.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna be like, oh, cool, you want to go for coffee on Tuesday? And you're going to have something better to do because you don't want to sit through this awkward, like, we ended things, and that was the main reason we were hanging out, if you know each other for that short of a time, is to, like, hook up and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, be romantic. So you're going to sit there, you know what she wants. she is hoping you want something other than what you want.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time. It's an hour and a half away. Like, so maybe you do it once, but then you're not going to do it the next time. Or you don't do it at all because you're busy, which may happen or may not, and then she's going to be hurt because then it's going to be like, you said we'd be friends and so unless, clean cut or like literally be friends. I mean, one of those 4 options. There's no half measures here,
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're going to be friends, I don't think you can just jump into it.
Yeah, no, I would definitely take a hard break, reset, give her some time to process.
Yeah.
Give you some time to process. And then find, maybe like, if you guys have mutual friends, do like a group thing first.
Yeah.
So that it's not, you guys just awkwardly staring at each other.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, she shuffles up the bench and you shuffle down the bench.
yeah, or just like mentally both coming to terms with the fact that this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's easier to do that when surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
Than just staring at each other being like, yeah, well, this is crashing.
Yeah. And if, like, even if she's hurt, if you're like, hey, I'm sorry, this has to, like, end here, like, but, it has been a lot of fun, like, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll still be upset, but in, like, 3 months, when, like, 2 people have ghosted her, she'll be like, you know what? That guy was great. Like, I really, like, it's one of those things you're going to appreciate. She will appreciate it later on,
I think, like, at the end of the day, you just have to sort of work out a choreographed dance number to thank you next.
Mm-hmm.
And then just let Ariana Grande do the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, how many people do we need for that number? Cause,
Oh, it's a flash mob.
Yeah, but the thing is, hour and a half drive, rush hour traffic, unless we got a station wagon,
I think
we got
you'd
5
have to-
people,
You'd
maybe
have to lure
7.
her to a location. Maybe somewhere in between.
Okay, we're on to luring someone to a location.
For a flash mob.
Oh. Then
Yeah.
that's fine.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, do you want to meet at the mall food court? And then all of a sudden,
Do you want to meet
over the
at this
loudspeaker,
dance studio?
the sweet sounds of Miss Grande come on, and then the KFC guy is in the back,
Isn't
and
that
he's
Taylor
making fried
Swift song?
chicken. It's Ariana Grande. I know I don't have the best track record for
Yeah, I think you
guessing.
might be right. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Ariana Grande.
But either way, I know that was a bit rambly, but I hope you're not an asshole, and you gotta do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any harm in one of those 4 options. You know what I mean? Apart from, obviously, you don't want to date.
5 flash mob Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah, flash mob, obviously. Obviously, you don't want to date her, so take that out of the pool. And you just gotta go with your gut. If you honestly don't, if you don't want to, then fucking bail on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. You've done the heavy lifting, and now it's trying to be dragged out. Fuck it. Like, you don't owe anyone anything more than what you've done, which has already been really nice and good. If you want to do any of the other options, if you really want to be a friend, sure, but it has to be hardcore friend mode. No bullshit in between. And honestly, I'd recommend a break. And if it's gonna be casual, it's risky, but it could be great. So that's our 3 cents.
You got a question? Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, God. This is by user sub to PewDiePie. My boyfriend, 20-year-old male, told me, 20-year-old female, that D&D was more important than me.
Yeah.
The title is self-explanatory. We've been arguing a bit because I felt like he never spends quality time with me. He plays it during the weekend, and it eats up his weekend, so I asked if he could compromise and maybe only once a week or every other week, to which he said, Dungeons & Dragons is more important than you. He was unwilling to compromise on anything, and he feels I'm being too demanding and that he never gets alone time. If I was lucky, I get to spend a few hours a week with him between classes, but I want to do fun romantic things like going out and just being there for each other. He was all willing to do this for the boys, and I just felt left out and excluded after he never makes plans or goes out of his way for me like he does his boys. He goes camping, swimming, tubing, plays games with them all the time, but has never done those things with me. He also just seemed off the last few weeks because he is depressed, but he never talks out his problems with me. He just shuts me out. We had plans to do something last minute. But last minute something came up, but he didn't make an effort to do anything else, and just hung out with his friend and some random girl the next day and ignored me. There were concerts the next day, and a bunch of fun things I really wanted to do with him that day, but I am just not important at all. People kept asking me where he was, and honestly, I didn't know. I'm embarrassed, ashamed, and shocked. I just decided to go home early because seeing all the happy couples there spending time with each other just hurt me because he isn't willing to do the same for me. Fuck, this keeps going.
Let's get it out of here. Do you know how hard it is to find a D&D group that meets regularly?
And I'm sorry, D&D and or Pathfinder, super fucking important. Mm-hmm. Time with the boys. It's like we all have that portion of our week blocked the fuck off.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm sorry.
I'm dead to the world. On Monday, I don't exist.
Nothing is getting between me and that time, unless it's like...
Man, imagine having a group that meets for like twice a week? Every week?
That would be amazing.
A whole weekend?
Yeah, and that's the thing,
amazing.
like, I get why it might... And I'm also going to doubt that he turned around and just said, like, D&D's more important than you, in those exact words. You know what I mean?
I also want to point out that I'm being a little facetious here. Because I think this guy's a massive asshole.
Yeah, if it went as it happened...
If the information we're getting is accurate, he sounds great. Like, if he literally will only hang out with his friends and refuses to do anything with his girlfriend, like, this guy's a piece of shit.
Obviously.
I just wanted to make sure that that was clear.
See, I'm worried that, like... Again, I'm putting myself in their shoes and like kind of melding the two, or it's like if I started dating someone new and they were like, why do you always take this time on Monday? Like, what about me? I'm sorry, my pre-existing arrangement with my best friends, that is more important than you because you are brand new.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't, like, you're never going to like get to the point where you're more important than my friends in that arrangement.
And it should never be like a pissing contest of
that's the
importance
thing.
either.
It's not
it should
a
be
pissing
like,
contest.
It's like, oh, you have a very important thing of your life that you do on these specific days.
It could be anything. It could be chess club. It could be like literally just a movie night with your friends.
Exactly.
It could be like
it could be fucking anything. But we've talked about it before. It's nearly like the older you get, the harder it is to regularly see your friends on a consistent basis. Yeah. And I'm not talking like one friend. I mean, like, if you have a core group of friends and you get to see them every week, you're doing a very, very rare thing.
Yeah.
Once you like
even like one friend, like it gets wild out there, man. Like
it's difficult. So to ask someone to be like, hey, I know you've got this thing with your friends that pretty much no one else has and will pretty much like be impossible to replace if I throw a wrench in it, but I'm expecting you to throw a wrench in it for me.
Yeah. And like, obviously, you know, this is a general statement. This situation, it sounds bad, but it also sounds like it's either so bad it's terrible or it's so bad that someone's hurt and exaggerating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if this is going the way it is, I'll answer this question. If it's going the way it is, you need to leave this guy.
Yeah, leave him.
Because he clearly doesn't prioritize his relationship with you. He doesn't care about your feelings. He doesn't care about, like, he's clearly got some sort of, like, narcissistic thing, obviously some depression. Like, there seems to be a whole sort of mental cocktail going on with him that isn't conducive to a healthy relationship.
Not that being depressed is not conducive to a relationship.
No, I mean, but it's manifesting in a way that's abusive to her.
But at the same time, if you're just getting very hurt by the fact that this person is choosing his friends over you occasionally, they should.
Yeah.
Like, that is a healthy thing to do.
That's the thing. It's like, we are the people we are. So you met him having been shaped by the experiences he has with his friends.
Yeah.
If you remove that aspect of him, now that, and in the hopes of, like, replacing yourself in that, you've removed
a lot of the reason why he's so good to you. Because, so, like, I guess the reason why this question spoke to me and the reason why I'm, like, half addressing it and half just talking in general is that, like, a lot of people don't seem to realize how important spending time with your friends and or people who aren't in your relationship is to a relationship. And I know so many people who are hurt and upset, and I think having this constant time set aside is confusing to a lot of people, because if they ever want to do something that day, that's like, sure, if something big and important comes up, of course, you know, like, we've all skipped a Monday or two, you know, and that's fine, nobody cares, but at the same time, it's like sacred time, and that shouldn't be an issue, because if it is in a relationship, if you don't like them spending regular time with their friends, you're the problem.
I mean, like, and it's really fucking healthy to have interests outside of the relationship. Like, the amount of times where I'm out doing something and people are like, where's Amanda? I'm like, well, she's doing a burlesque thing with her friends, or she's out having dinner with her friends or whatever. And they're like, well, why isn't she here? It's like, because I'm with you guys and you are my friends. And as much as she likes you guys and as much as I would love for her to be here right now, she's also doing something, which I'm very, very, like, I would rather her be out doing something and experience, like, you know, fostering her own relationships while I'm with my friends than always feel like we have to sort of, like, tag along to each other's events and, you know, social life. I mean, the best example is this Sunday was Thanksgiving for Canadians, and I invited Amanda. She thought she was going to have to work. She ended up having the day off, and she was like, honestly, I just want to relax. It's my only day off. I just want to be at home and like get a manicure and fucking relax. And I was like, yeah,
Good.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, she was really stressed because she was like, I don't want your parents to think I don't want to see them. I don't want to hang out with them, or I don't want to be there. My parents were literally like, we get it. Like when we got home, they were like, you made the right choice. My mom was just like, if I could have skipped today, like I would have too.
We'll say I was fucking exhausted on Sunday. If I could have chilled, that would have been great.
Yeah. So you've got to understand that as important as it is to do things together, it's also equally as important to spend time apart
100%.
and to foster
and like
your
have,
own individual lives independent of each other. Because as shitty as it is, and this is never what I'm thinking when I'm doing it, but it's like relationships end.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate consequence of being with someone.
Yeah.
And you want to still be the semblance of the person you want to be when that ends.
But
if
also,
you've
like,
replaced all of your personality and all of your free time and your friends and everything, and everything about your personality now resides
in this one
this person
yeah.
and is dependent on them, when they leave, what are you left with?
But also, like, you're not a human if you don't have connections to other people. Like, you literally need that time, and you, as a good partner, should support that and foster that instead of like getting in the way and being upset about it. Like, you're gonna be fucked.
Yeah. So this is, to answer the big question, it's fine that he's spending a weekend with his friends. If that's his weekend time and that's what he does, great. If
But
it's abusive if
he will not spend any time with you, then that's not a relationship. And
it's
leave.
not a relationship. Yeah, get out of there. You deserve better. You deserve someone who's willing to spend time with you.
Yeah.
But you also have to understand that all of their time doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, I think the reason why I'm inclined less to read that to the message is because the title isn't "My Boyfriend Won't Spend Time With Me." It's "My Boyfriend Says D&D is More Important Than Me." So I feel like the D&D is the issue and not necessarily the other times.
That's fair.
And I can understand someone, one, not getting it, but two, why someone would say, because it is pretty important, because it's not just your time, it's like 8 people's time that you've all set aside. So like, if I don't show up on a Monday, I'm wasting all you guys' time as well. It's not just a me and them issue, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But again, if it has gone down like that, dump this guy and it's fine.
Yeah. Also, if the guy's listening, how did you get a D&D group that meets twice a week every week?
Yeah, what the fuck can we join?
What is it? Yeah. You got a room for a rogue?
You're as if you'd just be a fucking rogue. Get
hey
the
man,
fuck out of here.
I'm a level 9 brawler, just brawler, right now. That's all one class, baby.
I hate you so much. Like, give me a fucking question.
I'm like almost a year's clean from multi-classing.
Yeah, but you're like, you found your way around. It's like giving up alcohol and starting heroin.
Don't be mad at my martial flexibility. This is posted by Reddit user Nice Hopeful. Husband put Viagra in my drink. My 2-year husband, 34 male, and I, 32 female, have been pretty close for the past 2 years. I'd fucking hope so.
Yeah, I was like, did I mishear you?
And I think it's...
So wait, I'm sorry, 2 years, and they're married.
Yeah, so my 2-year husband, and they've been pretty close for 2 years.
Only pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they were waiting for marriage to get close. But this is a serious question, so let's not make too much fun of them. And I think it has been a healthy relationship until the last probably month and a half. I've been really tired after coming home from work, and we haven't had sex in a long time. He gets kind of pushy, and even sometimes goes to blaming me on things or on something, just so I can feel bad for him and have sex. I've refused.
I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, I refused to because of my tiredness and just not wanting to for personal reasons. On Tuesday, I was tired and didn't want to have sex, again, for personal reasons. My husband then put a female Viagra in my drink without me knowing. In the next 45 minutes, I started to feel really horny and weirdly wanted to have sex with him. After we had sex, I felt kind of weird, but didn't say anything until I was looking for cooking supplies for dinner that night and found packets of them. I semi-freaked out and felt like I was going to pass out. I haven't said anything to him since, but since then I felt really uncomfortable around him. I do not feel comfortable talking to him about it, and I don't really know what to do. And then she said, edit. Sorry, I was mistaken. It was a sexual enhancement pill called Pink Pussycat. So, for a little bit of context, I did a little research Because let me tell you, the name Pink Pussycat didn't really scream medically safe.
No.
And it is 100%, you know those like shitty like vending machines in like sketchy like washrooms?
Yeah.
That have like, ooh, get horny pills and like, or like that weird rack that convenience stores have with like sexual enhancers. It's literally one of those.
Okay, well that seems healthy and safe.
And I will also say it's a not, because the government of Canada issued a nationwide recall because it contains like all of these unregulated chemicals in it. So it is literally like a biochemical weapon, essentially. It's one of those like novelty pills, and I guess it works. But at what cost? I don't know. So I don't think it takes a fucking psychic to realize that I'm gonna say this is a fucked up.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're married. You cannot drug someone.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's really no difference than roofing something. Like,
no,
I mean,
just as a general fucking rule, don't slip something into somebody else's food, drink, or body without their fucking consent. Firstly, but also, if you ever feel like this has happened to you, I think step one is go get a blood test, because at least then, if anything comes of it, like if she wants to have a divorce or if she wants whatever, like having hard proof is like it'll go.
Yeah.
You know, because right now it's like you found the packets, but did you find torn up one? Were they in the thing? Like, how do you prove it tomorrow?
Yeah, it could have been like, well, I got him as a joke for a work buddy.
Yeah. Or like, oh, you know, and it's shitty, but it is like, it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really serious thing. So if you ever feel
the
like
criminal
this
system isn't known for being on the side of women all the time, especially when it comes to sexual assault. So it's,
But even still, like, regardless of anything, proof is, you know, always gonna fucking help. You know what I mean? And I do feel like if you ever are in doubt of whether you've been given something, go get a blood test. You know, because then you have a hard piece of fucking evidence that you can point to, and that'll help you yards. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine a situation where this relationship persists.
No. If this is what happened, then you need to divorce this person.
Yeah.
And like,
because
maybe bring charge. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd understand why you wouldn't want to press charges. There's
But I also would understand if you did.
Oh, 100%. I don't think anyone would fault you for it. I mean, there would be people who fault you for it because society's fucked. But it's
fucked, and
it's so frustrating that you read like all these like dead bedroom posts and people being like, oh, my wife isn't sleeping with me, my wife isn't that, my husband's not sleeping with me, all these things, and like I can't imagine being in that situation where my idea would be to drug them.
Yeah,
like that's the behavior of a literal criminal and a sociopath and someone who's
just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and someone who doesn't care about you at all.
No.
Like this act. If you ever had a question, no matter how nice he's been, no matter how much you love him, no matter how much you've been through, no matter how close you've been, it doesn't matter. This is like clear-cut evidence that he does not care about you.
Yeah.
There's no way that someone can rationalize or be like, baby, I absolutely care about you. I just drugged you because I wanted to have sex with you.
Yeah,
I just drugged you so that I could use your body without your agency for my personal pleasure.
For momentary pleasure.
And like that's the situation.
Yeah, it's horrible.
There's no like you could. Yes, maybe I've like spiced it up with some sinister language, but like at the end,
though.
At the end of the day, that is what happened.
Yeah,
and if you could try to convince me that person cares about you, I will spend the rest of my life convincing you otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's fucked, and you need to get out of that relationship.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if you're married. Doesn't matter about anything. Your personal safety is so much more because he's poisoning you effectively. Like,
yeah.
Aside from everything else, he's also giving you shit that's definitely not good for you, if not very bad for you.
On Amazon,
but
or
also
like
he's fucking
eBay or
raping you, and he's just a piece of shit. How do you ever trust somebody who's ever, you know.
The
you
pills
need to
literally say like this is not like have no bearing on the FDA. So like the drug department, no like agency has approved these pills. Also, it's like you don't know the health and what will. You watch any commercial for Viagra or Cialis or any of the like sort of sexual enhancement pills or anything. Literally, it says consult your doctor.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea the side effects. For all you know, she could have had a weak heart or a weak liver.
Yep.
This could have killed her.
Yeah.
Or you mixed it with, caffeine. Or you mixed it with...
Yeah, or they'd had a
something.
drink before they got home from work.
You have
or
no
anything.
idea the situation, especially when you have these bullshit convenience store, like back of the truck fucking weirdo pills. You have no idea. Like, this literally could have killed her.
Yeah.
And it's for the reason because you want to fuck her.
Yeah. Against her fucking will.
Yeah.
No, it's horrendous, and this person needs to suffer consequences, and you need to get out of that relationship.
100%. And yeah.
Just, that's fucked.
So please take care of yourself.
There is no...
Please leave this guy.
There's no excuse at all. There is no... But...
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It's like, oh, but I thought it would save our marriage. I wanted to re-spark our... Nope.
Oh, you're a fucking piece of
shit.
shit.
That's not it.
Yeah. Well...
A newt.
I don't even know what to follow that up with.
Sorry.
You gotta get real at the end or at the start.
I know.
Not in the middle.
I can hit with like a lighter one.
Or maybe I'll just do a shitty one, but in a different direction.
Okay.
Alright. Guy, 30-year-old male. I, 25-year-old female, just started seeing, told me I could lose maybe 5 pounds. So I'm 5'8", 140 pounds. Gained about 8 pounds over the summer, just traveling and eating good. Weight gain kind of hit me out of nowhere and made me pretty insecure, but I'm working on burning it off, and it's working. Met a guy I really like, have a connection with, and so far we've gotten along great. Only been one date so far. Sent him a picture of myself from maybe 9 months ago, and he asked when I took it. Told him it was 9 months ago. He said my stomach was super flat. When I asked him what that meant, he says he thinks my body is beautiful, but we could both work on losing a little weight. I don't even know how to respond or react. I mean, I did tell him I've been changing my diet recently, and I do agree with him. I'd love to lose 5 to 8 more pounds to get back to my normal weight, but I find it inappropriate, he said to me after only having just met. Is it really that big of a deal if I agree with him?
Oh, that's a weird turn for that question. I wasn't expecting her to be like, can I agree with him?
No, I think it's like she feels that way as well, but is also offended that he would say it.
It's a buck wild thing to say to someone you just met.
It's a fucked thing to say kind of in general.
Yeah, I mean...
If you were like, hey, I want to have a conversation about my weight, and like I'm thinking like blah, 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 like what do you think? And you guys know each other very well, and like they're kind of just supporting you. Sure. But other than that, I don't really think there's anywhere where you can be like, hey, yeah, maybe lose like about 5 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless it
also,
was...
5 pounds is fucking nothing. Fuck off.
Yeah, if you think losing 5 pounds is gonna fucking change anything.
Yeah, like...
I mean, you know what? I won't say. I do these, like, cleanses, and I usually lose, like, 5, 8, 10 pounds, and I know there's not much of a physical change, but I feel so much fucking better.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's not like if you want to lose 5 pounds. If someone is asking you to lose 5 pounds for their visual pleasure... It's not probably going to change much. Also, fuck you. You went on one date.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't get to say that.
No, I mean, there's no reason to comment on someone else's body ever. I do...
Dump this guy.
Yeah.
Immediately.
But...
Nope.
Do we have a picture of her? Maybe she does need to lose 5 pounds.
Unless it's her giving the podcast 5 pounds currency, which is maybe like 9 Canadian.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And thus making the first money we've ever made.
No.
For those listening who are confused, Dana's very much making a joke.
Yeah.
Like, he's not at all being serious.
I'm gonna, like, flip it and hope that what he was trying to do was be, like, supportive. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she had mentioned it in passing, being like, I want to lose whatever, or like because like she does mention she's changing her diet. Yeah. So I don't know. Again, we're getting the filter through her. She, like, if this is something she's insecure about, she might have talked about it a lot more than she's letting it on. And
like this
might just be a
call back to that.
Yeah, or just like he might have been like, especially if it's over a text, he might literally have been parroting back something that she said jokingly.
Yeah.
Or it could have just been like, he's an idiot and doesn't really know how to fucking address this, and was like, yeah, you could, like, if that's what you want to do, you could totally lose.
I think 95% chance he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
I do think maybe 5% chance he's insecure about his own weight.
He does say he wants to lose weight as well.
Exactly. So either he's softening the blow by being like, oh, but me too, wink, but really lose some weight, or he actually wants to lose some weight, and the fact that she's mentioned before, maybe he's hopeful that they could like do it together, or like it'll be like a way for him to do it, but I'm just gonna doubt that and say he's a dick.
Ah, man, I want to, after all these other questions, I just want to believe that he's just not good at talking.
Well, he undoubtedly isn't. Whether he's not good at talking and is an asshole, or is not good at talking and is an idiot, is different.
I'm gonna go with idiot.
I'm going asshole.
I need a win.
Yeah.
And if that's the closest thing I can get to a win today, I'm going with idiot and bad at talking.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't think people are allowed to say that shit to you. So dump him.
No, I mean,
also it's one date. You lost nothing. Fuck him.
You
know what? Lose roughly 170 pounds and dump his ass. Bup.
Oh, I was gonna say.
No, you'll die.
You'll be negative 30 pounds.
I meant the boy.
Yeah.
Because.
Or are you telling her to transcend material?
Just lose so much that you bounce back and gain.
Yeah, become ethereal.
Haunt him.
Ooh. Spooktober, it's your boys, Niall and Dane.
Bruh.
Boo, boo. Boo, boo.
Boo, 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 boo.
Here's a thing. This is posted by Joe O'Neill, 75. Cute girl. Oh, no, that's not the one I want to do. Here's a fun one. Posted by Nose Sandwich. In a wonderful relationship, 29 male with 29 female. Help me come up with awkward questions to ask her. I'm in an absolute dream relationship with my dream girl. Been together 1 month. Spending lots of time with each other. Holding steady at second base and loving every moment together.
How old are these again?
29.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We try to ask each other the most difficult questions we can. Finances, weight, past relationships, etc. And our relationship only becomes stronger for the effort. Help me come up with more.
If you could kill me, how would you do it?
If you needed to remove me from this earth and make sure that you never get caught, how would you do it?
In a spaceship that's invisible. That's probably their fucking answer.
What are some awkward questions?
I think an awkward question is one to which there's no good answer. So it's like, what? Just look at her and be like, why did you kill that ill orphan?
What if she did?
Awkward. There we go. Boom. I win.
Oh, did it? I would like the next time she's got her phone out, just try to see like any name on her like previous texts and just be like, who's Michael?
Yeah, that'll get awkward weird.
Yeah. And then just insist.
Oh, ask her which of her parents is hotter.
Oh.
That's a real awkward question.
Yeah, be like, do you think your mom's open to threesomes?
Yeah, it doesn't get more awkward than that.
And then depending on how she answers that, be like, cool. What about your dad, though?
Would you rather fuck a cat or a dog? It's like dead eye contact.
What's your perfect poop look like?
Ooh, that's an easy one.
Is it?
Yeah, like hard, but soft enough it just flows right out.
Well, that's fair.
Doesn't leave much residue behind. Maybe one wipe, maybe not even. Maybe you don't even need it.
Yeah, maybe those like ghost poops where you just sort of like
it's
give it a
great.
wipe and you're like, hey, did I even poop?
How'd that happen?
Did I even poop?
We all know what our dream poop is. You idiot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But your dream pee.
Same thing.
No residue.
Yeah,
But
hard.
real
It's
brown.
soft enough to slip. I want it to coil.
This is the opposite of the question I was about to ask. Or maybe the exact same.
Is it the girlfriend?
Maybe.
My boyfriend will not stop asking me horrible fucking questions.
Well, this is by Fritzu1. Can we make an updated list of interesting questions that'll provoke good conversation on a date? Because the previous list just isn't cutting it anymore.
I mean, yeah,
we need a
it's
2019
dated.
list.
It's like an almanac. You need one every year.
So 2019 list. We'll
2019.
throw awkward questions and or good conversations for a date.
Okay.
Throw them in there.
Hey, do you think your mom would be open to threesomes?
Wait. What about dad?
What about your dad, though?
Oh, no. Make it even weirder. Ask her if she thinks your mom would be open for threesomes. Hey, do you get the impression that my mom would be down for a threesome?
Do you think my mom's into me?
Oh my god. Just no, make it even weirder. Like phrase it bizarre. It's like, do you think my dad's sexually loose?
Hey, how? I mean, you've seen my downstairs hose. How easy would it be for my dad to take it?
Like, and run away?
No, like in a hole. Which one of my dad's holes do you think could easily take my hog?
Hog is the best term. Yeah, I think you can just go so weird if you mention anything about family.
Yeah. I think specifically.
I think you got to get real with them and just like drop big like conversation. Please just be like, oh, what like political parties you support? What president are you most down with in America? And then you'll probably know pretty quickly if you want to keep dating them. So that's actually a good one to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the best things to talk about on a first date are politics, religion, past relationships. These are all great conversations to have on a.
What's so 2019 that we can't do without it?
Flossing. Is flossing still a thing?
No, I don't
Fortnite?
think so. No, they're both dead. Apex for sure.
Is there a new battle royale game that we can talk about?
Not yet. Oh, there's Hunt Showdown, which sounds amazing.
Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, it sounds so good. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Oh, I got one. Fuck, I forgot it real quick.
Uh-oh.
No, what was it? Yeah. You asked them what they think the appropriate amount of cameras on a phone is. Because guess what? Apparently it's 4. Right now.
Yeah. Ask them if they have a copy. I guess are we talking first dates, right?
Mm-hmm. Can't talk about copies on a first date, you idiot.
I was gonna say ask them if they have a copy of the sex you've made.
What?
Like a video copy?
The sex you've made?
Yeah, the sex you made the night before. When you make sex, Niall. When you go home and you have sex to be made and you find someone to make it with.
Ask her her favorite flavor of semen.
I thought you said flavor of semen.
Flavor Flav. Ask her about Flavor Flav semen.
Yeah, ask her for like flavor profiles of various like nobody celebrities. Hey, what do you think Tila Tequila's? Oh, that's a woman. She doesn't have semen.
You don't know.
I mean, there's a sex tape. You can see that she's.
It's 2019. Speaking of 2019 topic, ask her to rate
gender. Do you think Tila Tequila is?
Ooh, there we go. Or what liquor? Are you assuming she's tequila?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Turns out she's a Tila.
She's Tila Meister. Tila Jaeger.
I think this is the most anyone has ever talked about Tequila.
Tequila.
Tequila in 2019.
Yeah, there we go. Shit, we fucked it up. We were meant to do a 2019 list.
I know,
We're back in 2009. I don't know when she was relevant.
Probably around then.
Fuck, there was another thing. What else is 2019? Quebec yeast. It's all real popular in beer right now. Talk about that. Talk about yeast. Get her to rate the yeast profile of fictional cartoon characters' bodies. This question is going nowhere.
No.
Okay. Go to the comments. What's your Myers-Briggs personality type?
I think I'm more of a Briggs man.
Is it fair? Yeah. Do you know what a mushroom stamp is?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't, but it says open an incognito tab, so...
It's literally when you slap your dick on someone's forehead so that it looks like a mushroom.
Fair enough. Favorite dinosaur? That's pretty good.
If you're dating a 6-year-old...
yeah, there's really not any great ones on here. Let's stop this train of questions. This is terrible.
I thought it would a deeper vein. Mm-hmm. This is posted by Joe O'Neill 75. Cute girl with mutual friends. I recently had my hair cut by a girl I have mutual friends with. We had a great conversation. I think she was really cute. The other hairdressers were even messing with her, saying how she was blushing while she was talking to me. Stupidly, I didn't ask for a number. now regretting it, and I don't know how to go about getting in touch with her. She did tell me to tell our mutual friends. She said hi, so I was thinking maybe they should invite her, and we could have drinks one night. She also gave me her first and last name, but I feel like it'd be creepy to add her on Facebook. What do I do? Any help or suggestions would be appreciated.
Go through the friends. She literally told you to go and talk to them, and then they can let you know a little bit more about the situation. Just say, hey, she said hi, and I'm hoping that you think I'm a nice guy, and I can go and talk to you through her. I don't know where this is going, I got lost, but if they say she's into you, then you're good, you're in the blue. But if you fucked up, then they'll tell you.
Nice.
Does that make sense? I don't know. Either way, just fucking talk to her friends.
I was way too busy trying to keep the beat in my head.
I got real lost towards the end, but in the blue is now a term. Yeah.
That's what fucking... No, he says in the gray. Never
Exactly. You're just fucking...
Look, if Seal can make up things, why can't we?
Yeah, I got kissed by a hedge on the train. I've been kissed by a hedge on the train. If I...
We are back in...
Yeah.
We're time traveling
No,
today,
fucking
boys.
just...
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, did you capoeira?
It's a time rift.
Just fucking talk to her friends. Just be like, oh, she said hi. And then, like, just be like, oh, your friend's super hot or cute or, like, nice or, you know, wink. You should invite her out sometime.
Literally, the only way this doesn't pan out for you is if you're a shit person and your friends hate you.
Yeah.
That's literally, like, if you're like, hey, I met, you know, Rebecca the other day. She cut my hair. She's hella cute. And I think we kind of vibed.
Yeah.
Can you invite, like, let's go to do karaoke. Let's go do a brewery crawl or something. Like, let's do something. And can you invite her out? Because, like, I didn't get her number, and I think it would be kind of inappropriate if I approached her any other way. But, like, if we're all hanging out, I might be able to, like, you know, also I get to talk to her in a non-professional setting where she's not being paid to be nice to you. Because she's a hairdresser. Her job is literally able to hold conversations while she fucks around with your head for half an hour.
Let's be fair. There's more to the job than that. Her job is literally talking for about 40 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, like, go through the friends.
Yeah,
And, like,
you've
also
answered this question for yourself.
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
They can just be like, oh, honestly, she's a boyfriend. And cool.
Yeah.
Good. You didn't piss anyone off. You had a good time. It's great.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like,
you can go back to that hair salon, unlike me, who had a girl cut his hair, and she was like, she just checked all the boxes. She had a good butt. She was spooky as hell. She was short. She was just doing it for me. And she gave me her card, which a, like, 21-year-old me didn't realize that she was just trying to get repeat business because that's how hairdressers make their money. And I thought she was hitting on me, and I used that card to find her on Facebook, and then I sent her a message hitting on her, and it was not cool.
well, you want to know a fun story that's the opposite of that? I used to go to a hairdresser, and he would always message me. He was like, oh, give me your number, and, like, when you call, you can, like, just call me directly, and, like, I'll, you know, get you in quickly. I was like, okay, cool. They just kept messaging me and asking me to come to the pool in this building over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I wish she would invite me to her pool.
I know.
Or, I mean, I did at the time.
I wish that... Oh, wow, Dane. Yeah, no, it was not great.
I don't think it would be appropriate if I went to our pool now.
Yeah. I also once went and, like, looked in the window and was like, okay, he's not in. And I went in and sat down with someone else. And then he came out from the back and was like...
I thought you meant you went to the pool.
No, not the pool. Yeah, I just jumped right in the pool.
Oh,
Like, he's not here.
Guess who's got a free pool, baby?
No, I, like, needed my haircut and I liked this place. And I was like, maybe I can just... Oh, he's not there. Great. But then he was just in the back doing something. And he got so upset that I didn't sit down his thing. And then he messaged me later on. I was like, that pool, though. And I was like, I'm not going to go there anymore.
I'm allergic to water.
Yeah. Also, haircuts.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, so I don't fucking find her on Facebook. Don't don't get, like, her number and then text her out of the blue. All those things are weird.
Into the blue.
And you use your friends. You've got a fucking perfect opportunity. And with that is our perfect opportunity
To do one more question that's tangentially related to this.
Sure, let's do it.
How can I ask a girl who is at her job out without making it weird? On seduction by Raging Pal.
Raging Pal?
Raging Pal 69, 69, 69.
Is that actually 69?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's Raging Alpha. I just have dyslexia.
Oh no!
Raging Alpha 69, 69,
that
69.
changes everything.
I'm gonna guess
that you're not a Raging Alpha if you don't know how to ask a guy or girl out.
Well, he is a Raging Alpha because he wants to fucking do it to someone who's at work. My answer is no. Don't. Just don't.
Don't do it. Well, I'm so torn on this question because if
your name is Raging Alpha 69, 69,
I mean, yeah,
69,
you're a piece of shit. I know you're a piece of shit.
the answer is no.
Yeah.
If you're a human male or female or non-human or non-binary or whatever, you get what I'm saying. The answer is with great
Grace.
power comes great responsibility. Honestly, because you have a lot of power because you are the custo. If you're the custo, they have to be nice to you.
Yeah.
And you have to be responsible with their niceness.
Yeah.
You can't wield that niceness as a fucking excuse for you to just whip your dick out or start fucking Facebook stalking them
Yeah,
or just,
mushroom stamping them.
You need to not be a fucking dick, and you need to realize that like these things that are happening because they are paid to put up with your bullshit.
Yeah.
Even if you're being a dick.
And they can't leave.
They can't leave.
You have them hostage.
They can literally
And for,
get
like,
with great
8
power
hours or so.
comes great responsibility. If they're your server, they're being paid in tips. So they literally are going to have a monetary loss along with maybe getting in trouble with their manager or whomever else.
Yeah, they can't
if they don't
avoid you if you're being
basically just
creepy.
suck up to you this entire time.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. Great power.
And it's even worse if
Great
you're a bartender because you can't even
responsibility.
like
Exactly, can't even
can't-
fucking leave.
You're just stuck behind this fucking piece of
You
wood.
you have these people in a wooden cage, forcing them to be nice to you, and
Yeah.
then you need to be really cool and chill and realize that and act accordingly. And that means not being predatory and aggressive and weird. If things go to a certain point and you can casually slip in like, oh, this was fun, or like, oh, blah, 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 and like give them, if you like create space for them to step into the, yeah, maybe we should do this again, or maybe outside of work, then you're kind of doing it the right way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's also no harm in like as you're leaving, just be like, I had a really great time. Here's my number. There it is.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
definitely
mean?
leave
Don't ask-
yours and don't ask
Don't
theirs,
ask for theirs because they're in such an awkward position. Because like that leaves them to be like, oh, that's very nice. I have a boyfriend.
Exactly.
Or, okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there's any number of things. Leave it in their court. Don't ask them for their number because like
because then they either have to do
hostage.
it or say no, and if they say no, they're at a really bad situation. They're in a really bad situation. They're
Yeah.
not in the blue.
They are
know?
not in the blue.
No, they're in their little wooden box of misery. And also, maybe don't keep coming. Like, if it's somewhere you go to all the time, maybe just don't do it.
Yeah, unless you've gone there for such a long time that you've literally built a rapport and like there's a very clear sort of like sexual chemistry between you two. But if you're going to do it, I think we've talked about this before. If you're going to do it, be prepared to never go back to that place.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you start seeing someone, you cannot be a regular at their bar.
No.
Because they need a space
Yeah.
that is free of you,
Especially when they're working.
especially when they're working.
Yeah, you're just
So-
going to kill every part of that relationship.
Yeah. Also, like every bartender flirts. That's, you know what I mean? That's how we make our fucking money.
Or are even just flirted with.
Yeah.
You know?
So, like, it's super weird if you know that the guy you're fucking or dating or, you know, living with or married to is at the end of your bar
Just cracking his knuckles.
just watching.
Yeah.
Okay, let's end
Just be
this
really
now.
careful.
Just be
Think
careful.
of Spider-Man.
Yeah. You were dating Spider-Man.
Sticky webs everywhere, all over the bar. No. I was just at the bar, working, and a girl at the bar was like, hey, I have a magic trick. You want to see? And we were like, yeah, whatever. Pulls out her boob and squirted milk onto the bar. I was like, ha ha ha, and then didn't clean it up and left.
This is, like, your current bar?
No,
Oh.
2 bars ago. It's like, cool. Someone, like, you made someone clean that up. That's human fluid.
Also, you exposed yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine if I did that and just
That's just like-
ejaculated on the bar.
I know. It was like, it was very
Man,
shocking.
I gotta start working. I gotta start working on my magic.
All right, Jay. Okay.
I've just got to keep myself at a constant state of just right before I climax.
Well, then
Somehow.
you, like, accidentally sneeze and...
That's when the magic happens.
Ooh. Okay, we gotta end this. We
do.
gotta stop this.
We do have to end this.
If you're a new New York listener, because we swayed you to our...
We lured you in with our siren
Yeah.
song.
There we go. Then, hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Just ignore most things I said today. My brain is not in it. I've had a bad day.
I had a bad day.
My phone fucking hates me. Fucking
So
all
I did
this shit.
I did a short film. I'm not going to tell the story. Thank you very much for listening. It's always a pleasure to get in this closet and record it with you. I know we joked about D&D being an important time, but this Wednesday evening record sesh is also a very important time because it's something I've grown to absolutely love to do. So thank you very much for listening. Again, we're doing really well on the iTunes charts and stuff, and it means the world to us that you guys are still reviewing us and sharing us and talking about us. It's fucking awesome, and we can't thank you enough.
Yeah, you guys are the fucking best, and we love you.
If you want to get into contact with us and you have a question you want to ask us, you can hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/FCKBuddiesPodcast. You can find us on Twitter at FCK_buddies. You can also email us at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you can find us on the old intranets at www.fbuddiespodcast.com. There's a little contact form you can fill out, and it'll get to us, and we'll answer you as fast as you can. You can even assign your own agent name if you don't want an agent name, or if you want us to assign one for you, you can just let us know, and we'll do it for you. We don't care.
Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities, for your song, Paper Stars. You ready for some weird-ass fucking sex writing? Okay, this is by Sean Thomas's Kissing England. It is time, now. Yes, she is so small and compact, and yet she has all the necessary features. Shall I compare thee to a Sony Walkman? Thou art more compact and more. She is his own Toshiba, his dinky little JVC, his sweet Iowa. What
the fuck is Iowa? Why would you go with the least recognizable brand?
I assume some people, probably back in the 2000s, it was a lot more recognizable. I don't know. I'm gonna call everyone I fuck a Walkman now. I'm point out all their necessary features. Yo, girl, you're compact and you have all the necessary features.
You got like a 5-minute anti-skip, baby. All right, hit me with a Dan.
Oh man, I didn't even look at Dan yet.
That's probably a good thing.
Dan says, how fast can you get an ex back after a serious breakup?
Like that.
Apparently,
Like that. I've got them all back. I've got all my exes back. Sorry, Amanda. We're now in a polyamorous relationship with 3 other women.
So many.
As a palate cleanser, I've started trolling the Pornhub comments section just to get that sour taste of Dan out of her mouth. And end on I don't want to say a high note, just a different one.
Just a note.
Yeah. This comes from Pornhub user Thanos Raisin. And I will say that his profile picture was a picture of Thanos as a California raisin.
That's amazing.
And it was amazing. Thanos Raisin says, anyone got instructions on how to make lasagna? My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm, of course, not Spain.
And we're your fuck buddies.
Vote.
Oh, please vote, for God's sakes.
To me, you're like a Sony Walkman, and I can't deny you got the necessary features, girl. And you're compact, and I press play. You go and you play, and the song comes through my earbuds. Baby, I compare you to a Sony Walkman in the rain. Ooh. Okay, we need to stop.